Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about the Pennsylvania Open Championships. So this past weekend I went and bowled teams on Friday night and singles and doubles on Saturday. Did pretty good. They used my average from last year, which was a 185, which is low. Still working on getting better, trying to get that average up. But I think this season coming, gonna be a good year. So you have to stay around and watch and see. But so Friday night in teams, and I apologize, I got a sore throat. So my voice is kind of gone a little bit. But so Friday night in teams, we bowled at 7 o'clock at night, and the lanes were perfect for how I like to play. I used the Scorpion low flare all 3 games. I ended up shooting a 645, which is a pretty good set. So I averaged about 215 for that event. So I'm like, all right, good start to States. 2 years ago when I bowled States, I bowled like crap. I mean, like crap. So I was pumped. This year I did great. Teams done good. So we get into Saturday. We bowled at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We started with doubles. And let me tell you, them lanes were like ice. I got into the Hellcat Accelerate game 1. It's a heavy oil ball, sanded at 1500 grit out of the box. That ball did not move. And I mean, it did not move. The most it moved was like 2 boards. So there wasn't a lot of miss room for doubles. So my game plan in doubles was, spares, try to burn that line up so I could be prepared for singles and shoot a better series in singles. So my game plan worked. I used the Hellcat 2 out of the 3 games. Scorpion low flare for the half of the last game, and then the Tension Star to finish it up. I only averaged a 186 in doubles, which was above the 185 average that they used from last year's league. So it was still above average. Happy with that. Wasn't above this year's average, but it was above the average that was used. So we stayed on the same pair of lanes and went right into singles. I started off with the Attention Star because the back half of the last game of doubles, it looked good. Ended up shooting a decent game. I think I shot like a 189 or something like that. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm getting back into the low flare, the fill ball. In the 10th of the first game, I tried the Absolute. Absolute looked good. Got into game 2 with the Absolute. Then bowled a decent game with it. And then the last game I finished up in the low flare. Because by the time we got into singles, the lanes were really starting to break down quick. I mean, granted, there was only 6 of us bowling on it, but they were breaking down pretty quick for being as wood as they were in doubles. Got into low flare, shot a 200 plus game, and I averaged a 195 for singles. So I did my job in doubles and got the lanes broke down to where I could play them for singles and shoot decent scores. So overall it wasn't bad. All three events, overall average for all three events was a 198. I went for a 200 average is what I wanted, 200 above. So for all events, I hit a 198 average. I was close to what I was trying to get to. So overall, it was a good weekend. I don't know if I made any money yet. I won't know for a few weeks or so, but if anybody's in Pennsylvania that's going to the Open Championships, the team pattern is a pretty good pattern, pretty forgiving pattern, and singles and doubles, you better be ready for doubles because them lanes are ice. But if you break them down right, and by the time you get to singles, you'll have no problem shooting a decent score. So, but all in all, it was a fun year. I bowled with a team and a doubles partner that I had no clue who they were. A friend of mine got a hold of me and said, hey, they need somebody to bowl in states. You know, you're free to go. I'm like, sure, I'll go bowl. It didn't cost me anything for the lineage fee. The guy I subbed for ended up having back surgery or something like that, so I took his spot. But I must have did good enough because the guys asked me to come back next year and bowl with them, so we're gonna go back next year and give it hell again. So, but yeah, all in all, the Open Championships looked good. It gave me a good look at what I need for equipment wise since making the switch to 14 pounds. I am getting ready to go to Nationals in July, so that kind of gave me a little, okay, this is what I'm going to need yet to complete my arsenal since the switch to 14. So, gave me some good information, good feedback, what kind of motions I'm going to need and stuff like that. So, all in all, like I said, it was a good weekend. Had fun. Never seen so many 5-pins in team events because that was a blast. Everybody had their hand up, you know. So it was a good time. So, but all right, guys, just a little insight on the Pennsylvania Open Championships and kind of let you guys know how I did and stuff like that. And anyone in Pennsylvania that hasn't went to state yet, you know, can check this out and have an idea, you know, what they're going to be looking at. So, but all right, guys, until next time, I'll see you out on the lanes.